Hey everyone, Tom Butwin here for Premier Guitar, and today we have an offering from Michael Kelly Guitars. This is the Patriot Instinct SB Mod Shop Duncan. Now make sure you stick around for when we talk about the electronics, because that word Duncan is going to make a lot more sense to you then. But before we get into the specs on this beautiful guitar, make sure you hit the subscribe button on the Premier Guitar YouTube channel so you do not miss anything in the future. This guitar is very feature rich. There's a lot that it brings to the table. We're gonna go through everything from the way it looks, to the way it sounds, to the way it feels. And really, right off the bat, the looks are gonna be the thing you first notice about this guitar, as with almost any guitar. The finish on this AAA quilted maple top is really, really cool. It is, I don't know if you can tell at home there, but it's got this very cool fade to it. Really interesting. It's got multicolored, so you don't have to decide on a color. You get kind of both here with this cream-ish color and this really cool deep blue. Very, very nice. And some very interesting inlays down the center of the top, as well as here on the neck. So looks great, obviously. But more important than that is the way this thing feels. And I mentioned ergonomics. Now, the thing I first noticed with this, two things actually. One, it's incredibly thin. This guitar is very thin. It's got a really nice carved top on it, but I would say think like SG thin, that thin, and it makes for a very comfortable playing experience. It's balanced still. It's not lightweight. I wouldn't say it's lightweight, but it's definitely not like a heavyweight guitar. It's got a really, really nice kind of middle ground to it, and I think a lot of that comes from the thinness of this body, but certainly it's not lacking in any tone or sustain from, having a thinner mahogany body. It's an asset, I would say, for this guitar. The other major ergonomic thing, and probably like my favorite thing about this guitar, is the way the neck meets the body. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but the heel kind of just disappears right from the neck to the body. It's a set neck design. That makes accessing all 22 frets very easy. It's very comfortable, and the transition between the neck and the body is just very smooth. It's just very fluid and seamless. Really cool, and a very nice touch that adds to the playability of this guitar. So continuing on with the neck here, we do have a rosewood fingerboard and a mahogany neck. The shape of this neck is kind of a modern C profile. I would say that it's not chunky, but it's not thin. It's a really nice middle ground, very comfortable in the hand all the way up the neck. Very cool. I think complements just kind of what this guitar is very well. If you go up here to the headstock, first of all, really cool headstock, very nice. Good job, Michael Kelly, on that. But also, here's another premium feature you get on this guitar. You get Grover tuners. They are really great to tune up with. If you've used them, no upgrades necessary here. You get Grovers right out of the box, which is awesome. If we move back over to the bridge here, where you might find that wraparound tailpiece on bridges like this sometimes, we actually have a string through body on this guitar. Very cool. Just adds to that resonance and sustain that you can get out of an instrument like this. So this guitar feels great, it looks great, and most importantly, it sounds great. What helps it get to that great sound are its pickups. I mentioned the name Duncan earlier in the actual name of this guitar, and that does mean you get Seymour Duncan pickups with the guitar. These are Seymour Duncan JB model humbuckers. Now, they're not just any humbuckers. Yes, you do get some coil splitting options on this. So let's go through right now. You've got two volume knobs, one for each pickup, so you have a ton of options there. Master tone knob, of course, but let's just look at the switching capabilities right now. This is humbucker mode, both pickups on. Very nice. If we go just to the bridge, here's that. And then back up to the neck. So if we go over to both pickups now in single coil mode, the split, here's both of them on. Very nice, just the bridge. Get that very single coil bridge sound. And there's your neck single coil pickup. So if you're like me, you're looking at this and you're saying you've got 3 pickup selector positions, you've got 2 coil split selections down here. How many different combinations can you get with those switches alone? If my math is correct, that is 8. So you can start to do things where you've got your neck pickup in single coil mode and your bridge pickup in humbucker mode. Or the inverse of that. Very cool. And of course, you've got all of your single pickup modes as well, and you can start to blend them differently with your volume knobs. So the tonal capabilities of a guitar like this are pretty much endless. You can kind of just bring this to a gig and more than survive. You get basically any tone you could possibly want out of it with all those options. So again, this is the Patriot Instinct SB Mod Shop Duncan from Michael Kelly Guitars. This thing, it looks great. It's got a very distinctive look to it, really cool finish. It feels great. We talked about the neck and how it joins the body. That heel is actually just amazing on this guitar. It's thin, it's lightweight, but it's got tons of sustain and feels really solid. And of course, all of the switching combinations you could possibly want out of a guitar. You could basically get anything you want out of this guitar. So that's super cool. If you like this video, please check out what Premier Guitar has on the rest of the YouTube channel here. Anything from other gear reviews to the famous rig rundowns, you name it, they have it. And I will see you in the next video.